Hi, this is Dan from UserSpice.com, and in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you how to download and install UserSpice, and over the next 8 minutes, we'll install it, configure it, and give you a basic tour. So let's get started. I'm at UserSpice.com. I'm going to click this giant download button. Can't miss it. It's going to take a couple seconds. And then what I'm going to do is two things. I am going to make a folder on my server. In my situation, I'm in UserSpice in localhost. So I'm creating a folder called demo right here. And then I'm going to go into my PHP manager and I'm going to create a blank database. So in my situation, it's PHP myadmin. I will create one just called demo to match the other title, and then I can close that out. And so I'm going to take my downloaded files and I'm going to open them and unzip them. So we'll just unzip them to this kind of default folder here. And this is it. So I'm going to snap this to the left and then I'll bring in another one over here just so you can see a little bit easier what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into that demo folder. And I like to do it this way. I like to double click again so I just have this install thing here. So I'm going to select all these and I'm going to copy them over. Now all I have to do is go in my browser and navigate to this folder, the demo folder. So what I'm going to do is localhost/demo, and I'm taken to this page, and for 99% of people all of this stuff will be green and you'll be good to go. So you can hit continue and then save, and then we're going to put in our database information. So I'm going to put in localhost and my user is root, no password, and my database name is demo. Now everything's good, so I can hit save. We give you some default reCAPTCHA keys. If you have your own, you can feel free to use them, but I'm going to just use the demo ones at this point. And then I will put the copyright my demo. Okay, and hit save. Clean up. And now at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you are logged in, or you're installed. You can log in with the default username and password of admin and password, if I typed that right. And you're taken to the default profile page. Now we're going to give you a little bit of a tour. As the admin, you are going to come in here and go to the admin dashboard. Just a little warning since we're here. This is going to show up if you are using the default reCAPTCHA keys, because they are just for demo purposes. If you have real keys, that will go away. So anyway, we're in the dashboard and you can see the version you're on. This is 4.2.0 final, and you have these 4 panels up top that are pretty important. They show you your users, and you can see a user. You can click on their name and do stuff there. You can go to your permission levels. So right now I have the default ones of user and administrator. So let's go ahead and say that I want to add another one called manager, which is one I use a lot. So I'm going to add that, and bam, it's there. So I could take a look at that if I wanted to. You'll get that conform resubmission thing if you hit the back button too fast. That's a security feature. If you look at the pages, you can get a list of all the pages you have, and you can see whether they're public or private. Public means you don't need to be logged in. Private means you do need to be logged in, and you can make some decisions on who can access it. So we'll go to this one, which is our security thing. We click on this and you'll see that this page is listed as private and that the people who can access it are administrators. So let's say that I want to allow managers to also access this page. All I have to do is click this button, and now managers over here. So we can go back here. You can get there a couple different ways, but I went back to the dashboard and I'm going to go back to my user. Let's say this guy here who is just normal user, let's say I want to make him a manager so he can access the security page. I click manager, update, and now you'll see that he is of the group user and manager. So basically the idea is these are not levels in terms of one level is higher than another. They're really granular. You can choose exactly excuse me, you can choose exactly which pages people can view based on their unique permission levels. Anyway, so I think that'll make sense the more you play with it. There's some email settings in here. I highly recommend using Gmail as your main mail sending program. You can do whatever you want, but Gmail is kind of my mail thing of choice. When you come in here, you can see how many people have logged in. You can see who's logged in. and their IP address. If I was not on localhost, you'd see my full IP address there. See how many users in the last 30 minutes have been on the site. This thing is showing me it's a new feature, and it's going to show me the security logs. And basically, anytime somebody runs into the security of UserSpice, it gets logged. And I'll just show you how that works. I'm going to log out, and I will go to let's do this. I'm going to log in as user, which is also password by default. You'll want to change those. And let's say that now that I'm logged in as user, I want to try to hack in and go to adminpages.php. Well, bam! All I did was got shot back to the to this thing, to my basic account page. But if I log out and log back in as admin, you'll see that now I have one security event. And when I go there, you'll see that user, which this is the first name and last name of user, tried to visit this page at this time and was at this IP address. And so it's a good way to find out if either one of your users is poking around, or if somebody is doing something they shouldn't, or somebody's trying to hack you from the outside. Anyway, so that's kind of a cool feature. If you come down here, you can see that there's some CSS settings. You can quickly change the look and feel of the site just by changing this first one. Hit save, and now the look of everything has changed. The font colors have changed. Everything has changed. You can make your own up. It's kind of a cool thing. So over here on the left is our settings. You can put in your site name. You can decide if you want to use reCAPTCHA or not. You can force people to use HTTPS, take your site offline, track guests, and then down here is a lot of settings for login and register, and so you can choose minimums and maximums for passwords and usernames and things like that. The thing that you'll probably be the most interested in, though, are these Facebook and Google settings. And so just to show you real quick, Facebook and Google change their settings all the time, so we're going to go ahead and just show you that if you go to userspice.com and you click on documentation, you can go on social logins and you'll see the most basic up-to-date information on how to set up your Google and your Facebook logins. It'll take you about 10 or 15 minutes. Anyway, that's the gist of UserSpice. We'll have some more advanced videos later, but that'll get you started. So I hope you're having a great day, and go to the forums if you need any help.